Have you ever listened to someone talk about money and just felt convinced? Like you had to do what they were saying right now? It might not just be that they had a good idea. They could be using something called Neuro-Linguistic Programming, or NLP for short. It sounds a bit sci-fi, doesn't it? But it's really just about how our brains, our language, and our behavior are all connected. NLP is basically a user manual for the human mind. People who study it learn how language can trigger certain feelings and thoughts, nudging us to make certain choices without us even realizing it. Now, this isn't some kind of magic spell. It's more like understanding the secret ingredients of communication. Think about when you tell a friend a story. You might use your hands, change your tone of voice, and pick specific words to make them feel excited or sad. NLP is a more advanced version of that. In the world of finance, some people use these techniques to build trust and make their advice sound more appealing. They know that how they say something is often more important than what they are actually saying. It's a powerful tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad. The core idea is simple. Our words create our reality. If someone keeps using words that paint a picture of wealth, security, and success, our brains start to believe it. They might describe an investment as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity or a golden ticket to financial freedom. This language isn't just descriptive. It's designed to tap into our deepest desires and fears about money. They're not just selling a product, they're selling a feeling of hope, of getting ahead, of finally sorting out your finances. And that's a very powerful thing to sell. This connection between words and action is what makes NLP so interesting in finance. Financial decisions are often stressful and confusing. We're looking for someone to guide us, someone who sounds confident and certain. People who use NLP know this. They use specific language patterns to sound like that expert you've been searching for. They might mirror your body language to make you feel more comfortable, or use words that you yourself have used to build a sense of connection. It's all part of a strategy to make you feel understood and to gain your trust before they ask for your money. So, how does this actually work? Let's break down some of the common tricks of the trade. One of the biggest tools in the Persuasion kit is emotion. Financial decisions should be logical, right? But we're human, and our feelings often get in the way. Persuaders know this. They use emotionally charged words to bypass our rational minds. They might talk about the crippling fear of not having enough for retirement, or the exhilarating freedom that comes with their investment plan. These words are chosen to make you feel something strongly, whether it's fear or excitement, because emotional people are more likely to make quick decisions. Another key tactic is using language that sounds incredibly certain and concrete. Have you ever heard someone say things like, "It's a statistical certainty," or "This is a guaranteed path to success"? This language makes them sound like an expert who has all the answers. They avoid words like maybe, perhaps, or it could. Instead, they use bold, definite statements. They create an illusion of control and predictability in the chaotic world of finance. This makes us feel safe. We think finally someone who knows what they're doing, and we're more likely to hand over our trust and our savings. Then there's the power of storytelling. Our brains are wired for stories, not for spreadsheets and data points. A good persuader will wrap their financial pitch in a compelling narrative. They might tell you about John, a regular bloke just like you, who was struggling to make ends meet before he tried this amazing strategy. Now, John is living on a beach, sipping cocktails. This story creates a personal connection and makes the outcome feel real and achievable. It's much more powerful than just showing you a chart of potential returns, as it allows you to picture yourself as the hero of the story. Finally, there are more subtle tricks, like using rhetorical devices. These are fancy ways of structuring sentences to make them more memorable and impactful. For example, they might use hyperbole, which is just a big exaggeration, like calling a stock the single greatest discovery of the 21st century. Or they might use what's called an appeal to authority, saying things like, "As all the top investors in London know." This makes it seem like you'll be left out if you don't follow their advice. These techniques are designed to make their arguments sound more powerful and convincing than they actually are. It's important to say that not all persuasion is bad. There's a big difference between someone genuinely trying to help you and someone trying to manipulate you. Think of a good financial advisor. They also use persuasion, but they do it honestly. They use their communication skills to help you understand complex topics. They might use a simple story or an analogy to explain how the stock market works, not to trick you, but to empower you with knowledge. This is what you could call virtuous persuasion. The goal is to help you make an informed decision that is right for you. An honest advisor will present a balanced view. They will talk about the potential rewards, but they will also be very clear about the risks. They'll use phrases like, "On one hand, there's a potential for growth, but on the other hand, it's important to remember that all investments carry risk." They give you the full picture, not just the sunny side. Their job is to be a guide, not a salesperson. They use logic and facts, and while they might simplify things to make them understandable, they don't hide the truth. They want you to succeed in the long run, because your success is also their success. On the flip side, you have manipulative persuasion. This is where things get nasty. A manipulator will use those same NLP techniques, but with the intent to deceive. For example, they might use a technique called cherry picking. This is where they only show you the data that supports their argument. They'll show you a chart of a stock that has only gone up, but they'll conveniently leave out the part where it crashed last year. They are presenting facts, but not all the facts. They're telling a version of the truth that is designed to mislead you into making a decision that benefits them, not you. The worst kind of manipulation involves outright lies and emotional blackmail. This is where you get into the territory of propaganda. They might use logical fallacies, which are arguments that sound convincing but are actually flawed. For instance, an ad hominem attack, where they attack a person who disagrees with them instead of their argument, saying something like, "You'd have to be an idiot not to see this is a brilliant investment." They create a sense of urgency and panic, making you feel that if you don't act now, you'll miss out forever. This is purely about controlling you, not helping you. So, how can we protect ourselves from these sneaky tricks? The good news is that technology can help. Researchers are now using computers and artificial intelligence, the same kind of tech that powers things like Siri, to scan financial documents and online chatter. These AI models are being trained to spot the linguistic red flags of manipulation. They can detect things like excessive use of emotional words, over-the-top certainty, and logical fallacies within thousands of articles or social media posts in seconds. It's like having a super smart robot assistant that reads the fine print for you. These systems can analyze the tone of a message, figuring out if it's designed to make you feel scared or greedy. They can identify propaganda techniques and highlight when a company's marketing material is full of hype but low on actual substance. While this technology is still developing, it offers a future where regulators and even everyday investors could have a tool to get a quick trustworthiness score on financial advice. It's a bit like a weather forecast for financial information, warning you if a storm of manipulation is heading your way. This could help level the playing field between the experts and the rest of us. But we can't just rely on tech. The best defense is our own awareness. The first step is to always slow down. Manipulative tactics often rely on creating a sense of urgency. They want you to make a snap decision before you have time to think. If you feel pressured, take a step back. No legitimate financial opportunity will disappear in 5 minutes. Give yourself time to breathe, do your own research, and talk to someone you trust. A pause is your most powerful weapon against high-pressure sales tactics, allowing your logical brain to catch up with your emotions. Ultimately, always question the motive. Ask yourself, what does the person trying to persuade me have to gain? Are they being paid a commission? Are they trying to sell me a specific product? A trustworthy advisor will be transparent about how they make their money. And remember to listen to your gut. If something sounds too good to be true, like guaranteed high returns with zero risk, it almost certainly is. By learning to recognize the language of persuasion, staying calm, and always asking questions, you can navigate the world of finance with confidence and keep your hard-earned money safe.